Hello, I hope y'all are having a great day. It is July 13th, um, and today I'm going to be talking about pretty much most of the video. I'm going to be focusing on severe weather. Uh, Generally, for the whole video should not be that long. But yes, I hope y'all are having a great day. Uh, and let's go ahead and get started. Today we did have a slight risk in I think it was this generally kind of like close to that area, a large marginal risk across a good portion of the southeast. And we also had a slight risk over in Montana there. Um, we had less than 2% tornado risk. We have a 15 sig wind threat up in Montana and just a 5% hail threat. Then in the southeast here, we can see this was this afternoon. This was at 2:50. We just had a kind of few storms in Alabama, Mississippi, North Georgia, and then these storms proceeded to kind of form clusters or just move very slowly different directions. We had a outflow-driven line of storms in my area, Georgia, right there. Uh, some areas got like no wind from it, but then other areas got some pretty strong wind. It was definitely the strongest storm we've had probably since let's say August 11th last year. But yeah, we can see those storms kind of all move south. Mississippi and Alabama got a lot of action as well, and the complex is actually still going in central Georgia, just east of Columbus. You can still see maybe some gusty winds of those, but yeah, let's take a look up at Montana real quick though. So Montana looks like we have it's kind of a squall line that has come together over the past couple of hours. Uh, Pretty much moving through central Montana. It's generally definitely damaging wind with that. Uh, See this severe warned. So I don't like about like warnings on COD is that it gives you just the whole county. It doesn't like tell you that like the actual boxes. So you can see in that this like filled in yellow box here that is counties that have severe warning. So this is pretty much all severe warned here. Maybe not like the very southern part of it, but yeah. Uh, that's that. We're not really gonna. There's really no forecasting to do for tonight. Uh, Tomorrow we have a marginal risk up in the northern plains in the southeast. Gonna look at this real quick. Uh, yeah, in the southeast, some areas could expect some more, a little bit more in the way of storms. Not really like more than what we had today. Let's go down to the southeast here. Come on, Art. So get a loop pulled up here. All right, here we go. So we got HRRR up to 19Z tomorrow. Does not have a whole lot of action. As most of the storms limited to further down towards the Gulf Coast, inland. Further inland though. We lack a whole lot of action. Let's go back to the 000 run though, so we can go back a little further and even maybe look at Friday to see if we'll have any like normal afternoon storms across the southeast on Friday. So yeah, tomorrow afternoon storms go off across a good portion of the southeast. Kind of later though. Not widespread at all either. 23Z. Look like they will mainly be limited to the more coastal areas tomorrow. Uh, Especially this area here. If we get that sea breeze, you can clearly see those are sea breeze storms right there. Then that would be should be pretty strong when we see. Let's take a sounding. When we see sounding wise in that area of Georgia, we got. Not a whole lot in the way. I wouldn't say this would really have much of a damaging wind potential. I mean, a lot in the way of, D Cape. I mean, generally with this, I would say it's pretty low end severe threat. It'd just be kind of like general storms producing a lot of heavy rain. Definitely damage. There definitely be some gusty winds with it, like, but there is definitely it's going to be pretty limited as to what these storms can do. Now, down in the further south or further west in Louisiana and southern Mississippi, we got some more storms too. Uh, Generally looks pretty much the same, like mainly general storms. Maybe a few could go severe, but it'll be. I think the like coverage of severe storms will be pretty slim. Now I want to go up to the north central U.S. here, and let's talk about that marginal risk way up there. Uh, and yeah, so we can see. I mean, HRRR just has the normal kind of like supercells that it always has going off in that area. We'll take a look. So 7 p.m. We can see in North Dakota. I mean, say there's a few things prohibiting tornado potential with this. I mean, we're okay. We're just to get this clear though, we are going to see a damaging wind threat. I could see a slight risk for damaging wind out of this, to be honest. Tornado threat, 2%, I'd say. It's very slim, but it's there, I guess. I mean, everything's kind of trash though. Uh, but damaging wind though could be a big deal if that the HRRR actually verifies. I mean, those parameters are looking pretty significant. Cannot get a sounding that's not contaminated. So give me a second. Take one way down in southern North Dakota, and yeah, pretty much the same case here. After dark, we do get a little bit of that capping, which will help to kind of put a stop to the storms overnight, kind of weaken them. But they will still continue overnight, but just a little weaker. But still, though, I mean, definitely looks like we'd see damaging wind with this. Kind of surprised they have not already pulled the trigger on a slight. Well, I'm actually pretty surprised about that. I would not. I mean, I'd say a slight's completely possible for at least some area. I mean, and it would definitely be for wind. Hail, I'm not 100% sure on hail with this, but hail, I mean, let me take a look back. Let's take a sounding in North Dakota here. Western North Dakota once again. Hail threat, yeah, you definitely see a decent sized hail threat. Not like extremely large. I mean, wouldn't be like the most significant hail threat ever, but it's there. Um, yeah, on day 3, we got a marginal risk across that area. Kind of like high plains, northern high plains area once again. That's Friday, so we can see 22Z got like some showers, of course. That's gonna not do what I wanted it to do. All right, so yeah, by 000, you can see, I mean, just a few showers in the HRRR, but the HRRR kind of sucks, to be honest, with this for forecasted reflectivity sometimes. But we can see definitely a more marginal severe threat, I'd say. But like, okay, that decape is very hot. I mean, generally the wind profiles I think would support maybe like a pretty decent wind threat with anything. Like any shower would have a pretty significant wind threat. So I mean, take a couple soundings further to the north here. Yeah, you're not gonna see a tornado threat or any of that. It'd be mainly a wind day. A lot of like more LP storms with a good bit of wind potential. I mean, I'd say, yeah. So that's that. The next thing I want to talk about, and the last thing I want to talk about. By the way, tropics are pretty calm right now. We had Darby over in the Pacific. It got up to Cat 4 strength, but it has since weakened a bit. We're not gonna really take a look at that, but I want to talk about the heat, okay? Because I mean, we've had a pretty extensive, very significant heat wave across like the central U.S., the southern U.S. I mean, everywhere it's just very hot. In the southwest and the central, like south. Other than the southeast has been pretty average ever since like I think it was around the end of June. But yeah, I mean tomorrow, look at these temperatures in the HRRR are up at around 100 in Wichita, 103. A little to the north, I think it's. I'm not even gonna say. I'm gonna say it wrong, but actually the HRRR looks like it does give Dallas storms tomorrow, so that'd be good. But Dallas, we can see, does make it up to around 100 again tomorrow. And then Friday, 109. I mean, getting up near 105, 110. I think that could be overdoing it, but definitely 105, 106 maybe. Just very hot. I mean, Texas has been getting affected the most, but pretty much everywhere in this area it's just pretty much melting. Even up in the northern plains. I mean, look at that. I mean, 96 in North Dakota, 92 in Fargo. So very warm in the southwest too. East is now getting warmer, but still not like above average. I mean, 87 in Atlanta, that's below average still. So yeah, not bad, not bad. Not as bad as West for sure. Uh, Take a look at what's probably a more moderate model to look at here. Probably the European. GFS is just going to overdo every heat every day, always. GFS is so extreme. I really, I don't, I never, I don't, I did never remember the GFS being this bad. Like, I mean, but let's take a look at. I mean, yeah, Thursday, European, very warm. Friday, Saturday, that 100-degree temperatures just continue in Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. 105, okay. Very warm. Looks like the center of that heat at the European verifies to be right around Wichita Falls, up through Oklahoma City, up to like Dodge City. Yeah, just continuing heat across this area. I mean, I see some like screenshots of people like talking about how like the GFS is Dallas getting up to 120. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, I very unlikely, I guess, in my words. But either way, though, it's gonna be very hot. This is very significant heat too to the drought. It's gonna be worsening the drought. Also, very. I mean, it's dry. That's also kind of if we were in like a very rainy pattern for this area, it'd probably be cooler. So that's also kind of why it's so hot. It's because there's nothing like rain, like widespread rain. Just I mean, like a few days. A few days we could have some like localized storms, but like it's not widespread enough. And even if you get under one of those, I mean, it's gonna really everything will just happen like too quick. I mean, when you get like a half inch of rain and like I guess within like within 30 minutes, maybe even like probably less, like 15, 30 minutes. I mean, it's not really like it's not gonna really help the drought. It's just coming down too fast. I mean, you need it like over time, which we're not really getting any of those like steady rain events, but we're just kind of getting localized storms. But at least we're getting something, but it's still not good over in that area. But yeah, it's pretty much all I got. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope you all have a great day tomorrow. And I will likely be back tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and goodbye.